produce it. Quality comes into the plant on human legs.
The Ford people, the right people for the industry that gave the nation its transportation back in 1903. We're all neighbors, the great neighbors that echo clear across the sea. The people, the people, the Ford people.
It is easy to be deceived by the incredibly complex machines. But the human element is behind it all. People conceive the function of these machines. People guide and control to increase productivity, to create more jobs, to help keep the country humming with activity. Finally, the work of many people, the parts and components that were the individual concern of hands and eyes and brains in many departments, come together for another group to organize in final assembly. The cars come to life rapidly because of all the coordinated effort that has led up to this moment. To follow through from the basic material to the final product, the vast River Rouge plant was built. It is still the largest integrated industrial plant in the world. But as the idea of mass production for mass distribution grew, it became necessary to spread production far beyond the Rouge plant and create jobs in other states. This meant building many plants in other parts of the country. Before a new plant is built, before a site is purchased, they map the whole thing out on paper. When planning has led to its logical conclusion, the operation is full size, and there are Ford people at work fabricating parts of cars. In places like Buffalo, New York, where Ford people press sheet steel into roof panels and other body parts. Cleveland, Ohio, where they make engines. Ypsilanti, Michigan, one of several towns where they make things like generators, starters, and distributors. And in other places, they are working on jobs that are vital to the defense of the country. In Chicago, they are making jet engines. The company has plants across the nation. What is this but an extension of the Ford idea? A production line close to the homes of the people who use the product. All the way from Norfolk, Virginia, to Long Beach on the West Coast. Here is where the Ford people work in Atlanta. And here is one of the newest plants, near San Jose, California. And this isn't hard to identify as Dallas, Texas. Here is one of the Ford people of Long Beach. He mounts wheels. The body parts or engine may have come from Buffalo or Cleveland, but the wheels in this case came from just across town, from the plant of the supplier. These are the first cousins of the Ford people. No company is big enough to produce all the parts and components for so complex a machine as an automobile. It is dependent upon thousands of suppliers, most of them small businesses, who are part of the hometown picture from one end of the country to the other. Here is Mary Jane Finelli of Toledo, Ohio. She inspects spark plugs in the plant of a company that supplies Ford. This is Donald Northington of Compton, California. He molds terminal posts on batteries. Finally, here's Walt Johnson on a farm in Iowa, raising corn with the aid of a Ford tractor and implements. What's his relation to the Ford people? Ford buys 150,000 bushels of corn products for foundry core ingredients. They help to cast the engine block in the Ford truck Walt uses to get the corn to market. All in all, the Ford people are great customers themselves. They use 10,000 cases of paper towels a month when they wash up, to name only one item out of tens of thousands. And they have close ties in every neighborhood, from the fellows who dig coal in West Virginia or Pennsylvania, or produce tung oil for Ford paint in Louisiana, to the men who shear wool for upholstery in Australia or Wyoming. And the ties are not all quite as remote as these. Years ago, the Ford mass production idea spread all around the world, creating new jobs. And now, there are Ford people at work on every continent. Let's let a few of them introduce themselves.
My name is Norman Florchuk. I work on the Ford final line in the Dearborn Assembly Plant, USA.
My name is Dennis Wetherow. I work on the final assembly of the Ford Motor Works, Dingenham, England.
Mijn naam is Hugo Swabenbacher. Ik werk op de Ford Motor Company België. En het is hier het einde van de assembly line.
Meu nome é Joaquim Valença e trabalho na linha final de montagem da fábrica Ford em São Paulo.
My name is Keith Dalton. I work on the final line of the Ford Australia assembly plant.
Something you notice about Ford products around the world, they are designed to meet the needs of local customers. These are the English Fords. Here is a German Ford. And in other parts of the world, like Brazil, you see the familiar American Ford. Even at home, no one car can satisfy everyone. The modern car is a kind of living room on wheels. Mobility with style, beauty, and comfort. Changing desires and the American idea of continual progress keep engineers and stylists working in a future world where reality is laboriously constructed from the nebulous material of advanced thought. Here are dreams of graceful new power for moving us in the wider, more exciting world that is unfolding for everyone. Are these the models we will soon see on the American road? Not necessarily. These are combinations of many elements suggested for future design. The elements are developed part by Ford people who work with tangible dreams of line, design, color, fabric, and detail, as well as sculptured metal. Sculpturing begins with clay models, here in full size, kept exquisitely accurate with precise instruments. Trucks go through much the same stages as passenger cars. When any new truck or car is finally produced in metal and powered with an engine, it is turned over to the people at the proving ground. These men are the first riders the new models ever had. Test drivers and engineers, whose job it is to find out how cars will perform under any and all driving conditions, and how to bring about peak performance for future owners.
Ford, the world's largest producer of V8 automobiles, creator of the Thunderbird, now announces the completely new 1955 Ford. Ford now offers 4 exciting lines of cars, including the new Fairlane series. This two-tone Fairlane town sedan exemplifies the years-ahead styling of these brilliant new cars. Its broad grille, visored headlights, new all-around windshield, and jet-like rear fenders are features to be found in every new Ford. The new Crown Victoria, with its exciting application of chrome trim, the Country Squire, one of 5 new Ford station wagons, and the Sunliner are just a few of the 16 new Ford models. There's new riding comfort with Ford's angle-poised ball-joint front suspension, and new responsiveness with Ford's new high-torque Y-block V8 engine. See these completely new 55 Fords at your Ford dealers tomorrow. It's a big day when you take delivery on your new 55 Ford. You'll get what no other low-priced car offers: Thunderbird looks, trigger torque V8 power, and smooth riding from Ford's angle-poised ball-joint front suspension. See your Ford dealer. Maybe tomorrow is your big day. It's Ford for go in 55 with the trigger torque power of Ford's high-torque Y-block V8 engine. It's Ford for smoother riding with angle-poised ball-joint front suspension. It's Ford for style with Ford's dramatic new Thunderbird look. See your Ford dealer soon. Here's the car that kindled the bonfire in America's heart, the famous Ford Thunderbird. And here are the cars with styling inspired by the Thunderbird, the completely new Fords for 55. You'll find that smart Thunderbird look in every one of Ford's 4 distinctive new lines. And you'll find that Thunderbird kind of responsiveness, too. Your Ford can obey your power commands in 7/100ths of a second, thanks to trigger torque power from Ford's high-torque Y-block V8 engine. You get smoother response at the speed you use 90% of the time. And you get a smoother ride in your 55 Ford, too. Ford's new angle-poised ball-joint front suspension cushions those annoying road joint jars. See and test drive the new 1955 Ford at your Ford dealer. This is what's drawing the oohs and ahs from all over America. And this, and this, and this. These are just a few of the new 1955 Fords, with styling inspired by the Ford Thunderbird. You can see it in the low, graceful lines of this Fairlane Crown Victoria. Now look at this beautiful Ford Country Squire, one of 5 new Ford station wagons. Like every new Ford, it has Ford's new Y-block V8 engine with trigger torque power that can obey your commands in 7/100ths of a second. Gives you extra response through all normal driving speeds. And here's the new Ford Custom Line 2-door. See how smoothly it glides along. Like all new Fords, it has angle-poised ball-joint front suspension, so road joint jar is smoothed out. Visit your Ford dealers and test drive the completely new 55 Ford today.
Of course, this isn't my regular job. I'm a Ford dealer, but I deal in magic. Take your house and driveway, for example. I could put a new car there like this. That's the beautiful new Ford Crown Victoria for 1955, with styling inspired by the famous Ford Thunderbird. Now, if you've got a large family, you'd prefer this, the Ford Country Squire, one of Ford's 5 new station wagons. With Ford Y-Block V8 engine, it delivers trigger torque power that can obey your commands in 7/100ths of a second. Or would you prefer Ford's Fairlane Town Sedan or Custom Line 2-door? Or this Fairlane Victoria? Be as choosy as you like. And whichever model you choose, you'll be surprised how easily you can have it right in your driveway. See me or any other of America's 6,500 Ford dealers.
Spring in America. The time for buds, birds, leaves, and washing the family car. Ever notice the different ways the American citizen goes about this car washing job? This fellow, for instance. He imagines himself a great surgeon, and his patient, this gorgeous Ford Fairlane hardtop, one of the 60 new Ford models. Lovely patient. Soapy water, sponge, chamois. All right, now. Then we have another kind of car washer, the eternal supervisor. He's the one who never tires of giving orders. His children learn the virtues of honest labor. And his wife helps too, sees to it that the handsome Ford interior is kept spotless. Faster, faster! And of course, we have the Rembrandts, the kind of car washer who admires every view, every feature of his Ford. And you can't exactly blame him. The jaunty tilt of the hooded headlamps, the front end, wide, low, and distinctively Ford. The wide extra-vision curve of Ford's all-around windshields. The sweeping Ford lines and smart chrome. The standard baked enamel finish, built to keep its showroom beauty. And the stunning rear deck. He's right. That 55 Ford is a work of art. Now that the wagon is washed, let's dry it off and show it off to the neighbors, too. Get that fast getaway from Ford's trigger torque power. Instant response at every speed. Our surgeon in the hardtop is showing off. Drying off his Ford, too. And our supervisor. Yes, we're all alike when it comes to owning a new Ford. We're all mighty pleased and proud. And so is your Ford dealer and all of us at the Ford Motor Company, foremost on the American road. Uh-oh. Happens every time you wash the car. But see, when it rains, a special accessory makes the top go up automatically. They think of everything at the Ford Motor Company.
The fabulous Ford Thunderbird, the most exciting car in America, moves over to make room for a running mate, the 1956 Ford. Here is the Fairlane Victoria, with the same long look, the same low look made famous by the Thunderbird. And this Thunderbird-inspired styling sets the new Ford apart from all other cars. But these two cars share more than styling, because for 1956, Ford offers the 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine in its Ford-O-Matic Fairlane and station wagon models. Designed by Ford, developed by Ford, and today offered only by Ford, the 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine delivers performance that cannot be matched by any other car on the road today. Because of its extra deep Y-shaped block, the Ford Thunderbird Y8 gives you smoother and quieter operation that greatly prolongs engine life. Impressive? Sure. But just wait until you take a Thunderbird-powered Ford out on the road. Then you'll really be impressed. As in the Thunderbird, this spectacular engine obeys your commands instantly, provides greater passing power that gives you extra confidence when you're driving. When you see the 1956 Ford, when you drive it, you'll be convinced it's the fine car at half the fine car price.
The American man is many things. He's a do-it-yourself man and a breadwinner. He's a family man and a Saturday night escort. And because he demands the same versatility in his family car, more and more men today are turning to station wagons. And for 56, Ford has a station wagon to fit every need. This year, Ford offers 6, each as beautiful as it is practical. Difficult to believe this 8-passenger country sedan has done a hard day's work, isn't it? But hard work is second nature to a Ford station wagon. This 6-passenger country sedan, for example, has a level load space of over 8 feet long. Here's the ever-popular 2-door ranch wagon. Low-priced running mate, the handsome custom ranch wagon. All Ford station wagons are available with a mighty new Thunderbird Y8 engine, or it's the standard 8 at no extra cost. And all give you the extra protection of Ford's Lifeguard design. Whether your favorite is this Country Squire or the brand new Park Lane, fashionable addition to Ford's station wagon line, or any of the other station wagon models Ford now offers, you'll go in style, comfort, and added safety when you go Ford. See the Ford station wagons for 56 at your Ford dealers.
We seem to be witnessing a slight marital rift. What's wrong, folks?
All week long, he's been looking forward to playing golf today. And now he refuses to go.
With all the shopping she has to do, how can I? She needs the car.
Well, this is a real dilemma. But there's an easy solution right here. 2 Fords. Today, over 250,000 families enjoy the fun and convenience of owning 2 Fords, and they cost little more to own and operate than one high-priced car. How's this for a smart combination? The dashing 56 Ford Sunliner, America's most popular convertible, and the custom line 4-door, an ideal all-around family car. Both have Ford's exclusive Lifeguard design, so everyone in the family will always have this important extra protection. Or perhaps this handsome twosome would better fit your needs. The beautiful Victoria, coupled with a Ford Country Squire. Each is styled after the fabulous Ford Thunderbird, and each is powered by Ford's new Thunderbird Y8 engine, available in all Fairlane and station wagon models. The number of 2 Ford combinations is almost endless, so why not visit your Ford dealer and take your choice? Find out how easy it is to own 2 Fords. Ford, you know, is the fine car at half the fine car price.
This is the 1956 Ford, the car that makes important news 3 ways with 1, Thunderbird styling, a longer, livelier look that sets a new fashion in fine cars. 2, the 202-horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine, offered in all Ford-O-Matic Fairlane and station wagon models. Here's all the go power you'll ever need to give you command of every driving situation. 3, Lifeguard design, exclusive features in the 1956 Ford that keep you safer when you drive. The Lifeguard steering wheel that acts as a cushion on impact. Optional Lifeguard padding on instrument panel and visors. Optional Lifeguard seat belts. And Lifeguard double grip door latches, designed to give you extra protection from doors springing open under shock. See and test drive the beautiful, powerful, safer new 1956 Ford at your Ford dealers. Through this door pass the most beautiful cars in the world, the 1956 Fords. Here at your Ford dealers, you'll see the cars styled in the spirit of the famous Ford Thunderbird. You'll see the long, low trim lines, the just right chrome accents, the rich new interior fabrics and colors harmonized in perfect taste. You'll see all the things that say, take me anywhere and everywhere. I belong. And this beauty is meant to go places. Because in every Ford-O-Matic Fairlane and station wagon for 56, you can have Ford's new 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine. It delivers performance no other low or medium priced car can match. Here is power in reserve for more confidence in passing, for easier handling in any traffic situation. A test drive will be an eye-opener. Visit your Ford dealer soon. You'll discover that the new 56 Ford is the fine car at half the fine car price.
Go, 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 go! More go than you'd ever expect in a low-priced car can be yours now in a 56 Ford. You'll have instant response to the slightest touch of the accelerator. Hill climbing power to whisk you easily up and over any grade. Agile performance at highway cruising speeds. Passing power to get you out and around in a hurry. Make driving safer. The heart of all this get-going power is Ford's new 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine. Available in every Ford-O-Matic Ford Fairlane and station wagon model for 1956. Experience the thrill of commanding this great new engine. Test drive a 56 Ford with Thunderbird Y8 power at your Ford dealers soon.
Don't just window shop. Go on in. Go ahead. There's a 56 Ford in there, and it deserves a really close look. Besides, you'll find your Ford dealer is a good man to know, and he's loaded with facts about his new cars. He'll tell you how the styling of this car was inspired by the fabulous Ford Thunderbird. And that's not all the 56 Ford borrowed from the Thunderbird. That's the 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine, available in every Ford-O-Matic Ford Fairlane and station wagon model for 56. Now get the facts on Ford's Lifeguard design that helps protect you from the three main causes of injury in auto accidents, with features like the Lifeguard steering wheel, optional Lifeguard seat belts, and the new Lifeguard door latches, designed to give extra protection from doors springing open in collisions. Convinced? We thought you'd be, because the 56 Ford is the fine car at half the fine car price. They're here. Here today, the excitingly new Ford trucks for 56 with more horsepower per dollar than any other truck line. With power increases of up to 26%. Power increases in every engine. Only Ford for 56 gives you superior short-stroke power in every model and at no extra cost. From pickups to big jobs, there's more go power and more load-carrying capacity, too, throughout the line. And here's Ford's leadership look for 56. Ford trucks are styled for beauty as well as duty. Ford's new prestige building style is the newest look in trucks today. New, too, is the car-like comfort in Ford trucks. Only 56 Ford trucks give you driverized cab comfort, plus exclusive new Ford Lifeguard safety features. And only Ford has tubeless tires on every truck. See the new Ford trucks for 56 at your Ford dealers. New style. It's the leadership look in new Ford trucks for 56. New comfort. Car-like comfort in 56 Ford trucks, with Ford's driverized cab plus exclusive new Ford Lifeguard safety features, and tubeless tires, another Ford exclusive for 56. New Ford trucks give you more horsepower per dollar than any other truck line. Power increases of up to 26%. Power increases in every engine. Only Ford for 56 gives you superior short-stroke power in every model and at no extra cost. From pickups to big jobs, there's more go power, more hill climbing power, more load carrying capacity, too, throughout the line. All to help you get more work done in less time. Never before has any truck line been so many ways new. Ford trucks give you more horsepower per dollar, more economy, more solid value. Be sure to see the new Ford trucks now at your Ford dealers. Proud? You bet. And no wonder. His 56 Ford-O-Matic Sunliner is styled after the dashing Ford Thunderbird, and its 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine delivers performance that can't be matched by any low or medium priced car. Test drive the 56 Ford at your Ford dealers. with a man who likes to get around, and get around easily, the Sunliner with Ford-O-Matic drive offers Ford's new 202 horsepower Thunderbird Y8 engine. This get-going power means greater confidence in passing, instant obedience in any traffic situation. Test drive a 56 Ford at your Ford dealers.
This is the kind of sizzling performance that won the grand prize, the manufacturer's trophy, for Ford during the recent Daytona Beach performance and safety events. This is the kind of gas-squeezing performance that won the Class A trophy for Ford in this year's Mobile Gas Economy Run. And this is the kind of performance that makes the Ford V8 the most popular 8 in the world for the kind of driving you and I do. Now I'd like to show you what's behind Ford's leadership in power, in economy, and popularity. Here's an 8-cylinder engine block from another big-selling car in Ford's field. And this is a standard Ford V8 engine block. Now, you can spot the difference at a glance. Ford's block looks sturdier, and it is. Actually, the Ford block is 41 pounds heavier. Now, much of this extra weight is concentrated down here, where it can give more rigid support to the crankshaft, which today's high-compression engines need. This deep, Y-shaped block is exclusive with Ford in the low-price field. In terms of performance, it means smoother, quieter operation and much longer engine life. This advanced design is the result of Ford's 24 years of experience in building more V8s than any other manufacturer. See your Ford dealer soon and start enjoying Ford V8 performance. One test drive will show you why performance makes the Ford V8 the largest selling 8 in the world.
This is the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Under the supervision of the United States Auto Club, Ford is on this track today to establish a new 500-mile record for stock cars, to prove that nobody outperforms Ford. The 56 Ford heads for the starting line. There's the flag, and our Ford's off. Here's where Ford's blazing acceleration and split-second control really pay off. Lap after grueling lap, this Ford V8 barrels around the track at average speeds as high as 113 miles per hour for a full lap. Here's the checkered flag of victory. Ford sets a new Indianapolis Speedway record for stock cars, averaging 107 miles per hour for the full 500 miles, including refueling stops. Here's Pete DiPaolo, former Indianapolis 500 winner and now head of the Ford team.
If you've been confused by all the claims and counterclaims about all these racing victories, one fact cannot be challenged. Nobody outperforms Ford. And that's what we proved here at Indianapolis. And that's what Ford proves whenever necessary. It's been true for 20 years, and it's true today that nobody outperforms Ford.
Split-second control, blazing acceleration, and top performance are yours in any 56 Ford. That's why it's more fun to drive a Ford. Test drive a 56 Ford at your Ford dealers, and you'll see.
Well, there's a family that really likes to look into what they're buying. Smart idea, too. But you know, no matter how hard or long they look at that new Ford, they'll never see all the extra quality and special features that went into all parts of the car. The inner Ford is something you'll never see. And that's why we're running this two-page spread in this week's Life. I hope you'll read it. Fact is, it tells the inside story of the 56 Ford so well, we've had this big reproduction made for your Ford dealer showroom. See all these lines? Well, each of them points to one of the inner qualities that Ford gives you at Ford's low prices. For example, right here is the line that points to the glass fiber insulation and felt that line of Ford roof. You'll never see it, but you'll sure know it's there every time you're riding in a quiet Ford. And here's another Ford exclusive. This 5-cross-member K-bar frame that has the highest torsional rigidity in its field. Now, these are just a few of the reasons why Ford is a quieter, more snugly built car. Why Ford is ahead of its competition. Drop in at your Ford dealers and let him give you the full story on the inner Ford.
you'll discover the advantages of owning the car that goes first with all the things that count most. The 1956 Ford. For an athlete, the decathlon is one of the greatest performance tests of all. It includes every major track and field event and calls for versatility, stamina, and top all-around ability. And if there were such a thing as an automotive decathlon, the 56 Ford would win hands down because it has proved its leadership in just about every area of performance. By winning the highest total number of points, Ford won the manufacturer's trophy at the Daytona Beach NASCAR Championships. At Kingman, Arizona, this 56 Ford V8 smashed 30 world speed records in one day. And just a few weeks ago, another 1956 Ford established a new 500-mile Indianapolis Speedway record for stock cars, averaging an amazing 107 miles an hour over the classic course. What about economy? This year, a Ford V8 with Ford-O-Matic drive won the Mobile Gas Economy Run, topping all other cars in the low-price field. And in the field of safety, Ford's Lifeguard design won the Motor Trend Award as the top car advance of 1956. Yes, Ford goes first, straight across the board. First in performance, first in economy, first in safety. Test drive the all-around champion, the 1956 Ford, at your Ford dealers. Let's give Ford's country sedan the 60-second test. We'll see if we can convert this four-door beauty from a comfortable 9-passenger sedan to a loaded cargo carrier in only 1 minute. Ready? Go. Right now, we think actions speak louder than words. Watch. You are witnessing one of the reasons why almost 1 out of 2 station wagons on the road today is a Ford. And this country sedan is one of 6 quick-change beauties in Ford's station wagon line. Time's up. And time you saw your Ford dealer to find out why more people prefer Ford station wagons than any other make. In station wagons, too, Ford goes first.
Fine. Yes, I'd love to. Thanks, Jean. I'll be there. 2 o'clock. Goodbye. You know, 3 weeks ago, I couldn't have accepted that invitation. Like so many people these days, we live in the suburbs, and Dave needs the car every day for business. When he was gone, I was practically a prisoner in my own home. I couldn't get out to see my friends, couldn't take part in PTA activities. I couldn't even shop when I wanted to. I had to wait till Thursday night after Dave brought the car home. But that's all changed now. 3 weeks ago, we bought another Ford. The new, low-priced, custom-line Victoria. Isn't it stunning? Dave has it all to himself. And I now have the ranch wagon all to myself. It's a whole new way of life. Now I'm free to go anywhere, do anything, see anybody anytime I want to. It's only good common sense. Why be stuck with one expensive car when you can enjoy all the fun and freedom of 2 fine Fords?
Today, more and more families are finding out how easy it is to become 2 Ford families. You can choose from 20 different models, colors galore, and each available with Thunderbird power, with styling inspired by the famous Ford Thunderbird, and each with the extra protection of Ford's Lifeguard design. See your Ford dealer soon.
One of the country's largest and most modern law enforcement organizations is the North Carolina State Highway Patrol. Nearly 600 men patrol over 70,000 miles of highway. When an accident report comes in, these highway patrolmen move out in a hurry. The North Carolina Highway Patrol is prepared to go anywhere, anytime, to protect users of North Carolina's fine highways. And they get there. Now meet Colonel James R. Smith, the patrol commander.
Our job is to enforce North Carolina's traffic laws. It's a big job. That's why our cars have to give top performance in every kind of driving situation, and at the same time, give our men maximum protection.
And here in Houston, Texas, Ford goes first too, just as it goes first with police agencies all over the country. Over 70% of all the cars operated by the nation's state police today are Fords. And no wonder. Nobody outperforms Ford.
We're on an unused section of railroad track, where a test crew is about to prove that no matter what kind of road you drive on, your ride will be quieter in a new Ford. And there's no road as tough as these railroad ties where we're about to test this 56 Ford. And off they go. The tape recorder in the rear will pick up any body noises during the run. Mile after mile of bumps and bruises. This rugged Ford soaks up punishment like a main event fighter. And inside, what is the tape recorder picking up? Listen.
Tire noise is all we're getting, Jim. Nothing's even shaking loose. Ford really built them solid.
Just to prove it, let's move out now onto a smooth highway and take another listen.
Not picking up a thing now.
And quiet means quality. Ford gives you body construction features you'd expect to find only in the highest priced cars. Test drive a quiet 56 Ford soon at your Ford dealers. When you do, you'll agree, for your riding comfort, Ford goes first with the things that count most. Figures show that the average American family looks like this. And the things they want most in a car?
A V8 engine.
Automatic drive. Power steering.
All that? Sure. And in a really low-priced car.
Well, you'll get all that, and much more, too, in a 56 Ford. For example, take this handsome custom line Victoria, lowest priced of the Ford hardtops. It has the famous Thunderbird V8 engine, 202 horsepower strong. It has optional Fordomatic drive, the smoothest and the most versatile automatic drive in its field. It has optional Master Guide power steering that does up to 70% of your steering work for you. Best of all, this Ford will actually cost you less than any other comparable car equipped the same way. And that's only the beginning of your savings. You save here, too. Ford proved its gasoline economy when it beat every other car in its class in the mobile gas run. You save because a Ford body is built extra solid, built to last and last. And you save at resale time because a Ford holds on to its value. Any way you look at it, you save money with a Ford when you buy it and while you drive it. Visit your Ford dealer and see for yourself why Ford's the worth more car.
Good evening. There's been a welter of racing claims lately, so you know that this issue has been raised. Which automobile is the top performer? Well, Ford has answered that challenge. Ford has straightened out the record, and the record shows clearly and unmistakably that Ford is performance king of the American road. Latest proof of this was here at Darlington, South Carolina on Labor Day when an overflow crowd of 75,000 jammed the stands to watch the famous Southern 500, the biggest and most important stock car performance event of the year. There's the parade of the starting cars, 72 in all, representing every major American automobile manufacturer. And they're off. There are 500 grueling miles ahead, and the crowd knows that Ford is the car to watch. Time and again, Ford was to prove today it can outperform even the most expensive cars. This is the World Series of stock car competition. It's a test not only of what's under the hood, but of every feature of the car. Stamina, handling, and roadability, as well as engine performance, are the payoff factors here. And mile after mile, Ford sets the pace. There's the leader, number 99, driven by Curtis Turner. That Ford's a bearcat, but it purrs like a kitten. The cars roar into the final stretch. There's the finish flag. And here's the winner by 3 full laps. Number 99, a Ford V8. Look how the fans swarm around it when they hear that this Ford set a new all-time track record. Altogether, Ford captured 4 out of the first 8 places. The winning Ford driver, Curtis Turner, receives the coveted champion trophy. Ford has really won a shelf full of awards this year. At Daytona Beach, Florida, last February, Ford won the Manufacturer's Trophy, the top award given annually to the car scoring the most number of points in all the events. Here's the finish of the National Convertible Championship race. Ford Sunliners took first and second place. And since then, Ford convertibles have won more races than all other convertibles combined.
There's the flag, and they're off. 76 late model stock cars in a terrific drama of durability and driving skill. A race of 160 miles on a track slightly over 4 miles. Half pavement, half sand. That's it, that loose sand on the north turn. There's going to be trouble here today. This hour and a half will deal out more punishment to the cars than 5 years of normal driving. Even to stay in the race, a car has to be rugged. Something's happened on the north turn. A bad flip in that loose sand. Not a scratch. How do you like that? Out in front, Tim Flock of Atlanta. Those tough turns. It's a wonder these drivers even manage to stay put. Uh-oh. Well, it appears that sometimes they don't stay put. But it's all in a day's work. Tim Flock still leads, and in second place now is Ralph Moody of Florida, one of Pete DePalo's boys. Now what? Moody has just flipped, but he lands upright. There goes his lead. If he can pull out of this, it'll be something. Well, how about that? And just a moment ago, it was a brand new car. Last lap, Tim Flock is still in the lead. Billy Myers is second. And well, Ralph Moody, in spite of his spill, has fought back up to third place. And there's the finish. Tim Flock. And here comes Moody. Moody, the man who came back, a winner. For NASCAR's newest feature, the circular race for convertibles, the day arrives clean and warm. A great day for racing, and all morning they come. Mr. and Mrs. America, as well as Miss America, and Junior, too, with ideas of his own. All here to see the speed and safety factors of the year's new cars. Turner and Fireball Roberts, two of Pete DePalo's group, are out to win in this very first race of convertibles. And Pete, well, he's out to see that they win. These cars and every car in the race have been inspected by NASCAR officials for safety features, and the engines, after examination, have been sealed. Are equipped with roll bars because of the hazards of close car contact. Today, the open cars will let you see the driver's skill in steering. You might even learn a couple of tricks. And here they go. Off to an early lead is Joe Weatherly of Norfolk, Virginia, former motorcycle champion. 29 cars, and this 160-mile race will test them all for durability, responsiveness, acceleration, maneuverability, a terrific strain on brakes, front end, chassis, and shifting at high speed on the turns. That's a real test for any transmission. Looks as though Joe Weatherly is being pushed a bit by Curtis Turner. Kurt comes from Roanoke, Virginia, and is said to have as heavy a foot as any man in racing today. Getting too close for Weatherly's comfort. And there goes Joe's lead. And now it's Curtis Turner leading the field. And here comes Fireball Roberts into third place. Say, this seems to be turning into a private race for Pete DePalo's boys. No lead, a car has to have gas, and that's what the pit is for. Only 72 seconds, and Turner is off again, still ahead of the field. He had a real lead. But he'd better step on it. Well, look who's now in second place. Fireball Roberts, with former national champion Herb Thomas holding third. So now it's nip and tuck between two pals, Curtis Turner and Fireball Roberts. Last lap, and it looks like it's going to be Turner. There goes Turner, and maybe for a record. Fireball Roberts second. And Herb Thomas third. What a race. Turner's time, an average of 96.11 miles per hour for 160 miles. It's a new track record.
And that's only the beginning. It's showtime at Bill McGaw's Tournament of Thrills. And it's go time for the stars of the show, the standard production 1956 Ford. Just look at them go. When V8 power is put to the test, it takes a Ford to keep up with a Ford. They're triggered by Ford's mighty Thunderbird V8 engine, the same engine that's been racking up records from coast to coast. And one of the reasons is responsiveness, like this. Looks easy, doesn't it? Well, take a look in slow motion. For this kind of driving, you've got to have a car that does what you want it to, when you want it to. That's the 56 Ford. Now, watch this ramp-to-ramp jump. Flooring the gas pedal, the driver heads for the ramp, takes to the air, and makes a perfect landing. Man, that's worth seeing again in slow motion. Show after show, these cars take a pounding that only a Ford could shrug off. And the ability to absorb punishment is standard equipment in every 56 Ford. But what about the safety of the driver? Well, let's ask the man who runs this show, Bill McGaw of the Tournament of Thrills.
The truth of the matter is that our stunt drivers and their standard production 1956 Fords are a lot safer than most people driving on the public streets and highways today. Now here, I'll show you what I mean. Now, first of all, a common cause of serious injury is being thrown out of a car in an accident. But Ford's new Lifeguard door latches have a double grip to give extra protection from doors springing open in a crash. Ford's new Lifeguard steering wheel is designed to cushion any impact against it. And so is this Lifeguard padding on the instrument panel and visors. Even the shatter-resistant mirror is double-jointed to give way easily when hit. And because the driver is much safer when he's firmly held in his seat, all our cars have Ford's nylon seat belts. All set? Let her go. My boys stake their lives on Ford every day in the year, and their experience proves that in all types of driving, that includes your driving as well, you can't beat a '56 Ford for safety, durability, and top performance.